What is up? What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday and happy Halloween. I think it's Halloween today. Yeah, it's football. The Packers do not play today, but I know there's football on. I know people want to watch football, want to get to the thing. So I'm going to make this short and sweet, people. All right, I want to talk about Coach Matt LaFleur, coach of the Green Bay Packers, and one of the most winningest coach through his first 40 games. I believe he is the most winningest. I talked about this on Facebook. I got some backlash. People were not, I don't know. I'm going to try and throw some positivity every now and again, people. All right, best record by head coach through 40 games, Matt LaFleur, 33-7. That is really impressive for through 40 games. That's a really good start. Don Shula was 31-7-2. Chuck Knox, 32-8. George Seifert, 32-8. And I posted on my Facebook. I got a lot of negativity thrown back at me. You know what I mean? Even former Green Bay Packer kicker Chris Jackie commented on it, and he said, "Let's see what he can do when Aaron Rodgers isn't there." And that's fair. I'm not hating on anyone who has that take, but like that, you could say about all of them. You think that, you think Don Shula didn't have good players? You think, Chuck Knox, dude, those are some great teams. George Seifert, those were all great teams. Seifert, he had Steve Young, I believe. All those coaches had good players. Like, yeah, obviously we're going to see what after Rodgers is gone, whether that's next year, whether that's after that. I think it's safe to say Matt LaFleur is going to be a member of the Green Bay Packers along with Aaron Rodgers is, unless something crazy happens, but I don't foresee that. Matt LaFleur is here to stay. But people are saying, like, let's see what he does without Aaron Rodgers. That's why they got Jordan Love. That's why I do this thing. But that's a whole other conversation. But like, I want to say this because people were saying, well, the Packers were good before Matt LaFleur got here. Then why is he here? Then why did they fire Mike McCarthy if the Packers were so fantastic, fantabulous? You know what I mean? Mike McCarthy was fired for a reason. The Packers were underperforming. I went to that Arizona Cardinals game when the Packers got lit up. The Arizona Cardinals were a horrible team. Mike McCarthy it was raining. That was a horrible game. I froze. My feet were numb. Could barely walk to the car because the water, where you sit on the bench seats at Lambeau Field, all the water went right to the middle, right by my seat. So my feet were just sitting in water. It was. I mean, I never have a bad time at Lambeau Field, but that was the least pleasant, except for I was with a really cool dude. It was a good game. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good game, but it was fun. It's always fun at Lambeau, you know what I mean? But I don't know why I went on that. But yeah, that's why Mike McCarthy got fired, because the Packers were not good. You don't fire coaches on teams that are great and fantabulous. But they hired Matt LaFleur. A lot of people had opinions on that. He's too young, not proven, bad hire. Everyone. Collinsworth was saying that. He was laughing about it. Remember that? Colin Cowherd was laughing, saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe they hired this guy." Skip Bayless was having a field day. Everyone, all the goons, were having a field day with it. Now, Matt LaFleur, 2 NFC championship games. Yes, they're both losses. That's what everyone brings up. But I always think it's funny people say, "Oh, he can't get to the big game." Well, he's only coached 2 full seasons, and he got the NFC championship game both times. He's almost undefeated in the division. I think he's only lost to the Vikings. But, like, he's a good coach. He's a very, very good coach. Talk about, like, players, needing players to win. Like Bill Belichick, one of the best coaches of all time, the best coach of his era, without a doubt. I mean, I'm not going to put anyone above Vince Lombardi. That's just not going to happen. Even though I don't think you can compare the eras at all. But Billy Belichick is a very good coach. And then, Tom Brady leaves, team kind of falls apart. And now he's not that great anymore. I mean, he's still a great coach, but he's not winning. I don't buy that it was all Tom Brady either, by the way. That's a whole other story. But people say, "Oh, Bill Belichick's not that great. It was all Tom Brady." No, it was them together. Because that is what happens. Brett Favre would not be Brett Favre without Mike Holmgren. I don't care what anyone says. He wouldn't. He would not have been Brett Favre that we know without Mike Holmgren. And Mike Holmgren wouldn't probably have been what he was without Brett Favre. It was like a marriage. Perfect match. Same with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Perfect match. I think that they worked good together, and not even just Bill Belichick, but just the way the Patriots were run, GMs and all the stuff they did. Players started to want to come there. Maybe Brady was good at trying to talk guys like Randy Moss and different people into one of the Patriots, and that's what made them great. It was just the whole thing. But Matt LaFleur deserves respect. Matt LaFleur should be coach of the year. He could have been coach of the year either of the last 2 years. I know there's other coaches. I'm not saying like he's the greatest end all be all, but I think not even to be mentioned really in any of those. This year, I think that should change. I think the Packers are going to do big things. I think the Packers are a great football team. They just beat the Arizona Cardinals at their house. I'm not going to get into that because I talked about this on yesterday's podcast. But the Packers now the Packers go on the road to play the Chiefs. We'll see what happens. But I think Matt LaFleur is a fantabulous coach, and he deserves his respect. We'll see what happens after Aaron Rodgers is done and his time is here, whatever it is. Whether that's Jordan Love or whether that's whoever. But Matt LaFleur is coaching up Jordan Love now. So, like, they're built. They got David Bakhtiari. He's going to be here in a minute. Like, I don't know when Aaron Rodgers is going to go. You know, a lot of people are saying it, next year, he's going to get traded or whatever. Like, we'll see. I'm not even concerned about that right now. Where the season is going, I think we just enjoy this season before we start, worrying about getting Aaron Rodgers out the door. So, but I think Matt LaFleur deserves the respect. Like, we'll see what happens down the road. When that happens, we'll see. I don't think, but I don't know. I don't get the negativity. Like someone says, hey, Matt LaFleur is, he's a best record in his first 40 games in the NFL. And people are like, yeah, well, let's see what he can do without Aaron Rodgers. Like, I don't get that negative mindset like that. Like, just like celebrate, like, yeah, great coach, having a great year. I mean, talking about the NFC. Oh, they'll get to the NFC. This is my favorite take by fan bases, right? They'll say, oh, yeah, the Packers will just get to another NFC championship game and then lose. Like, especially coming from a Vikings fan. Like, you wish you could get to an NFC championship game, and you're making fun of us because we get to too many? Like, Bears fans, too. Like, all you guys do is get to the NFC championship game and then you lose. Like, yo, you would give up, like, so much to even taste the NFC championship game. The last time the Bears were in the NFC championship game, they got beat by the Packers. And the Packers went on to win a Super Bowl. Can you imagine that as a fan? If the Bears or the Vikings beat the Packers in the NFC Championship game and then went on to win the Super Bowl, I think that was in Chicago too. The Bears won the division that year. Can you imagine that? Bears coming into Lambeau Field, NFC Championship game, beating the Packers and going on to win the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'd be able to recover from that, people, but Bears fans did. They're in my comments. They recovered. They're doing all right. Now they make fun of us because we get to too many NFC Championship games, but we don't win the Super Bowl. When they can't even sniff the playoffs, bro. Bears coach is about to get fired. Maybe calm down. And Arizona Cardinals fans have been chatting, up on Twitter, like talking, oh, you barely beat us. Yeah, we barely beat you without our top 3 wide receivers. You're talking about D-Hop was hurt. Talking about, like 2 or 3 guys. Oh, J.J. Watt was out. Yeah, Zadarius Smith was out. I can go through the freaking list. Like, dude, do not use injuries as an excuse, Arizona. Like, these fan bases that come at me they're not even good at it, bro. I wouldn't say I'm a professional, but I'm kind of a professional trash talker. So don't come at me. Especially when the Packers list the injuries, you're going to have to find another excuse. And they blame the refs. Oh, it was the referees. Yeah, the refs. Aaron Jones got screwed on a touchdown. The refs were in our pocket like everybody says. You think they would have gave us that one? That was the easy one to give the Packers. Could have. I mean, they should have. Because there was no visual evidence of otherwise. The Packers got screwed there. If the refs were in our pocket, the Packers wouldn't get screwed. I don't make excuses. First of all, I don't have to because the Packers haven't been losing since week 1, and there was no excuse for that one. So, like, yeah, the referee thing with fan base is the easiest, the laziest take. The Packers have the referees in their pocket. That's why we get screwed by the refs, too. Everyone's getting screwed. The refs are not good in the NFL. So, like, you take your excuses, bro. The Packers beat your team. The Packers are better than your team. The Packers are better than the Arizona Cardinals. That's what it is. We were at your house right there. First of all, you don't know how to fill a stadium. It was all packed. I saw an Arizona fan saying that. Oh, yeah, one of the reasons the Packers lost because the Packers played 7 times the value of ticket so they could fill a stadium. Okay, so we're more dedicated than you? I know. Oh, it's nice here. Oh, it's warm, whatever. Yeah, go have fun. Go have a freaking picnic while our team trashes your team and beats the hell out of them. Enjoy your picnic, bro. Don't get mad because the Packer fans are more dedicated than your fan base. Enjoy your picnic or whatever the hell you do in Arizona. All right, have a good time. and then stop crying on the internet when the Packers beat the hell out of your team. That's just what it is, bro. Take the L and move on, bro. You're a good football team. You're a good football team. You're gonna win a lot of games. You're probably gonna be in the NFC Championship game, maybe at Lambeau Field because you caught that L. Unless the Packers completely fall off, which ain't gonna happen. That'd be a beautiful thing. Arizona Cardinals, Green Bay Packers, NFC Championship game at Lambeau Field. I would love it. I would love that so much. Plus, I don't want to play the Bucs. You know what I mean? All right, people. Enjoy your football Sunday. Maybe it's already over. I don't know when you're listening or when you're watching this thing, but go Pack, go, people. I love this thing, man. We're having a good season. We're having a good time. We're having a good time, people. Go Pack, go. Let's get out of this thing.
It's Green Bay when that back come. Watch when the touchdown. Intercept your bag and you ain't like that. I think you need to sit down. It's Green Bay when that back come. No rest, we stacking cheese. It's Green Bay when that back come. I gotta play like Cole. That's all I need.